Hello, this is Shakhar Pelled, freelance translator since 1985, sharing with you some insights about the industry, the art, and the profession. And today I would like to continue these series of conversations, of talks. I hope it will be conversations. If you have anything to comment, I'll be happy to set up a dialogue. Anyway, the pitfalls of TM. Again, we have some weird things that happen because TM is without context. So, as you see here, we have closing. And closing, and there's a variable there. The little pink block is a variable, which could be closing time, closing hour, closing, okay, and closing the door, or closing file, or is it something that's happening now, or is it an instruction about what to do? So closing between variable and variable. So what is closing here? Is it a program closing down an object, like it's a message, an interface message that says like a UI that says Windows is closing down, or Windows is closing your application? Or is the object itself closing down, like Windows says of itself, closing now? This is different constructions. In Hebrew, I don't know, in other languages, probably there are other languages that these are different constructions. This did not cross the mind of the engineers that parsed these things and who are trying again to get the smallest segment possible so they can have economies of scale. You will have to translate only once the word closing, and they will run it, and they will never pay you again for translating that specific word. That's the whole idea of the CAT tool, that the ultimate institution or the ultimate party that will use the CAT tool to create the final translation will have the savings, and so they just want you to translate it once. And recently I've been getting even whole word lists and very short segments before even getting the work, because they want to set up a TM so that they can give it to all translators, and they only pay once for that, and which is legitimate, but it creates a problem, a structural problem here. So, for example, Excel is closing cell 1, or the shop is closing now. Excel is closing the cells before E10 or before a certain date, or the shop is closing before 9. There may not be a difference in English, but in many other languages, the verb would take different forms in its reflexive or transitive forms. Is it closing something, or is this something itself being closed? So all this, the engineers who tried to do a lot of saving here, but were actually putting you in a bind where language is concerned. It's like the whole idea of a CAT tool forgets that this is language, which is embedded in meaning, embeds meaning, and has syntax, and has content that goes beyond the words itself. And the translation process is not one-to-one. It's not a X equals Y. Although dictionaries do have that kind of mindset, but that's not the way translation works, at least not quality translations. This is the way machine translations work. So as I said before many times, the CAT, the TM, creates a translator mechanization. The TMs mechanize you as a translator.